You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Louie. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Louie news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, Louie.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, John Comerford. I'm joined in the studio by Simon Tran, GM Molina, Steve Bottomley, the lovely and talented Shannon Joy Rogers, and in the booth, we got Big Ben. So we're talking about Louie, Season 2, Episode 8. Okay, so I don't remember the last time I saw a show about masturbation except for, back in the 90s with Seinfeld in the contest.
Right.
A much more, oblique look at masturbation. This was head on, if you pardon the pun. Anybody else ever see anything like this on TV?
Not on TV.
Not on TV.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Initial thoughts? Anybody? Anybody want to share?
Finally.
Finally. We've broken the lid.
I think it's Louie all the way. I think it's, hey, if I'm going to do this thing about masturbation, I'm going to do a thing about masturbation.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, it's just the way he thinks.
Yeah.
There was no filter. There was nothing. He just went, here we go.
We blew the lid off masturbation. So, okay, first of all, I thought it was interesting that we go into the first section where we're in the Fox studios of all places, and they got the Fox logo and everything.
Yes.
Fair and balanced. And we're talking about masturbation. Wasn't she? I'm sorry, I forgot her name. I wrote it down. The woman they cast as the Christian against masturbation. I forgot her name at the moment. So help us out if somebody in the booth can help us out with that. I thought she was incredibly well cast. I thought she did a great job.
Amazing acting.
Yeah.
He did.
Totally.
I mean, she almost had me believing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the fact that they were able to get Fox to go along with it.
yeah. How did they do that?
Well,
that
FX,
was really.
FX. So the show's on FX. So it's
well,
a Fox network.
Yeah, that. But you don't usually see.
But you have to lend your, what's the word? I'm getting weird stuff in my headphones.
Your
Well,
logo?
you think it's Liz Holton.
Thank you, Liz Holton.
There we
Thank
go.
you, Liz Holton. We
I
want to
mean-
make sure she gets props for that.
Well, anyway, what I was saying is that you have to basically, if they're putting their Fox logo up there,
Yeah.
they've got to have content.
Yeah. Usually they're far more concerned about what they're affiliated with.
Well, I feel like Fox is really conscious of being having content that's really
Edgy.
Yeah. So this is right up their
Yeah.
alley of just pushing the envelope.
But you were
Yeah.
saying that the host was a sports host?
Yeah, he's a sportscaster. What's
Oh,
up?
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they,
Also well cast.
yeah, but my point is they would never bring their own news division people.
No.
on. There's no way.
None of
that was their
that-
saving
yeah.
grace.
Too far.
None
That's
of them would
way
agree
too
to
far.
it. Are you kidding
Exactly.
me?
That's my point. They would hurt their core audience there. The core audience, what are they talking about? They would not.
But I also think like her point of a group like that, if there was one,
Yeah, I'm sure there
would
is.
be
Yeah,
supported
I'm
by
part of
Fox
it. Right.
News.
Oh, absolutely.
Simon's actually
I'm head of it.
Is that right? Yeah.
Unintentionally.
I don't know what to do. I mean,
I'd like to be a member, but I keep falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay on.
It is. It's very difficult.
I see what you did there. It's hard to stand.
Yeah. So,
good.
nicely done. So she's learning from Louie himself. By the way, you saw him recently. What did you tell everybody where you saw Louie perform?
Meltdown Comics has a show Wednesday night that I've been going to. It's about $8, and they have different stand-up comedians come out, from amateur to legends.
Uh-huh.
And it was 2 weeks ago, a night where Margaret Cho was there, and he just randomly showed up. So
And how was his set? Was he up there for 15 minutes,
yeah,
half an
15
hour?
minutes set,
15 minutes and he just killed?
He just tried out a lot of new material. He was talking
cool.
about George Bush and how he randomly ran into him on the highway and how much he initially hated him, but as soon as he saw him, he was like talking to his daughters in the backseat, like, "Oh, girls, there's the president!" Like fanning out like a girl who just saw the Beatles for the first time or something. Yeah, it's pretty good though.
So and the audience loved it too. Everybody was good, had a good time.
It was a
Nicely
good time.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had seen him in.
Yeah,
you had seen him.
He dropped in at a show called Frolic.
Frolic, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like another one of those independent alternative stand-up rooms.
Right.
And he just shows up and asks the host if he can do some time. And of course, we're gonna let him. And he killed. He was amazing. You know, trying out new material. I think he's writing a new special, which I'm hoping is coming soon.
Yeah. And Steve, you saw him. Oh no, you didn't. Okay, we'll move on. So
I didn't see him either.
Steve
He didn't either.
Steve loves Margaret Cho though. He was that.
Big fan there.
Huge.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing I thought was interesting is that they hold in the middle of that first sequence when she's talking about, I can't remember how she was describing it. She was talking about how, the purity of, allowing God to come into your life and everything. They do that whole section. Oh, she said, "Are you ever happy? Are you happy now?"
Yeah.
And that's a whole. To me, that's Louie's show. He's not happy in this life.
And I love that instead of a response,
they
just little vignettes of different shots.
Yeah, and it's just that music, that sad sack
cello,
music he always
the
plays, that
sad
little thing that he
cello.
picks, and it's just his
Slow zoom
reaction.
in.
You could just see him. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just like how that actress that played, or what was her name?
Liz.
Liz.
Moulton.
Okay,
Moulton.
Moulton. Yeah. I
Liz
just like how
Moulton.
like she was like inherently hot too, and just
Yeah.
like her like
Yeah.
talking about like all
Hot
this like
in a
pure
Christian,
things. Yeah,
but
just
not
like,
quite
she
slutty
got-
Christian way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll read those damn comics that she hands out. Yeah.
I feel like that's how her character gets off
Yeah,
on
totally.
staying,
Oh, yeah.
staying
Yeah.
masturbation free. Is just like making everybody else feel like shit.
Getting everybody hot and bothered.
Yeah. Oh, don't you want? Oh, come up to my suite.
Oh, she even said, "You know how to talk to a pretty girl."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly knows she's
she knows
pretty.
who
Oh,
she is.
yes,
Yeah.
she does,
I
Little
love
titillation going on.
I love that Lou's the only one who was willing to defend
Yeah.
masturbation.
He's a proud member. He's a proud member.
on the little graphic it said Lucy K, a comedian / masturbator.
Right. But like during that whole scene though, like the opening scene, he was just like looking down the whole
Right,
time, all shameful. But he's
Right.
all like, "Yeah, I masturbate."
Yeah, but then he got into it. I thought he
Yeah,
was
no, it was-
proud. Way to go.
really
Way to
funny,
talk it
yeah.
up.
It's fun and it doesn't hurt anybody.
I love the line that he finally, wait, they're watching you make love,
Yeah.
so we're porn for God.
Yeah. And his twisted mind, absolutely, we're porn for
That's
God.
hilarious.
Always bringing it down to the, distilling it down to the
To
basic.
the very base.
God,
We're porn for God.
if that's true, then God has a wide range of porn.
No, he's
More
got-
than
yeah.
like he has access to every single like fetish.
And I'll bet
every
he's
single-
as bored with it as everybody else.
Yeah, it's like I've seen it all.
Do you
Oh
think
my
he
God,
Oh,
pays?
literally,
missionary
seriously?
again?
Do you think he
No.
pays for the VIP access for those porn sites?
He probably does.
Or is it just me?
He steals the passwords. but
Yeah.
he finds them somehow.
He's God torrents porn. Wow.
think he ever goes, there's something I've never seen.
I created what?
Whoa, that
And
was a
he
mistake.
gets-
Yeah, that was.
I didn't mean that.
And he gets those calls from his like cable provider every once in a while. You should be like,
What calls, Simon?
I don't. I mean, when you're, I don't know. I mean,
Go
I make the
Yeah,
calls.
please.
I
Go
don't-
on.
Yeah, I'm not saying. What are you talking about? So,
They're tracking you. Every move, Time Warner.
Finally, someone's paying attention to me.
but the other thing I thought was great about that first sequence is they played it totally straight in the sense
Yeah.
that you actually, I mean, you could actually believe that they might have this on a show.
Yeah,
She's so
totally.
engaging too. Like she
Yeah.
would like stare at Louie while she would like give her monologues. She
Yeah.
had like a bunch of monologues
Yeah.
about like how like wow you're really a sad person.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
you're
know. You
right.
don't understand the darkness you're in.
yeah. I'm
He goes,
concerned
"No, no, I
for your
understand."
soul. Like
Yeah.
He wrote her just perfect. She
Yeah.
she wasn't crazy.
Wrote,
she
by
was
the way. Rob was
she
wrote
just she
her.
was just she believed it.
yeah.
She presented it. And she was totally understanding to his point of view. I thought he did a really
And-
good job of,
and
of
she
just
didn't-
getting right on the line there.
And she still liked him. Like she still
Oh, yeah.
like
There was no
never-
animosity. There
But
was
she had no guile there. It's
Exactly.
just
Even
who
when
she
he
was.
tried to rile her up, be like, she's just like, well,
Well, like when he said, "I'm going to be thinking about you," and she goes, "Oh, I hope you do. I hope you do think of me," because she,
But I think that also goes back to what Shannon was saying about she's probably gets off on realizing
Yeah,
what
yeah,
she
yeah.
is.
That's every
So,
woman.
all right,
in my
so-
opinion.
So speaking as the
Not every woman.
only,
Come on.
well, that's what I'm
Whatever,
asking.
Shannon.
Okay,
Speaking
just
as the
Shannon.
only woman on the
Yeah.
panel today, Shannon.
All right.
So is that at all go to the ego? Like, well, guys, find me attractive, think, or would that like just gross?
I mean, it's always flattering.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm
I feel like
wondering.
it could go either way, though.
Yeah,
It's
depends on the guy, right?
Yeah, it depends on the guy. I'm like, oh, really? I turn you on?
Oh,
No,
really?
no,
Not really.
never.
No, really, I don't want you thinking about me ever for any reason.
No, I would definitely be flattered if, like,
God,
some-
and when it cuts to the stand up and he goes
Wait, we're not done.
Oh,
Hang on.
yeah.
I think we
Top
might
three
be
guys. Top three
right
guys who would be
Go for it.
flattering
Okay,
for you.
Shannon.
My
Go
views
ahead.
on masturbation versus Louis C.K. stand-up.
dude,
No.
Shannon all the way. Go.
Do we need to vote on that?
We have a spotlight.
Let's bring up Maria's book.
I'm sorry. So your point was, Jim.
When he goes into the stand up and he talks about how as men we
Horrible
can't
things.
we can't just have a beautiful thought about a woman without it being followed
up
by
by,
a super sexual, super disgusting thought. Goddamn, I love that fucking joke.
So this has been
I'm
your
just gonna put
experience?
this out here for
That's
all the
right.
guys.
Yeah.
Like girls have the exact
Zach-
same mind. I'm just saying it. I mean, I don't always
Just not-
have that.
just
That's
not
not
as
always
often?
a problem for me. But if it's like, I definitely have those thoughts. I just know how to censor myself.
Yeah.
I know how to not even make it
Censorship.
look
And-
like
and I
I'm
think-
thinking anything.
And I think with guys, it takes over our brain, so we just keep in that
Not just our
disgusting.
brain,
yeah,
Right.
one
Not
track
just our
mind
brain.
versus someone who can multitask.
Yeah.
And just kind of,
Can't.
you know, I'm like,
If I'm thinking about that girl, I'm just thinking
what
about
kind
that
of thoughts
girl.
would you be having? So,
My-
Shannon, not me. Not me.
Go
yeah, so it's just not as often. But that's the thing.
John.
Yeah, what is it? What's the adage? Every 6 seconds, whatever that's it's going through our
I'm still
brain?
stuck on that censor word. Is that Latin?
Censor. Yeah, exactly.
I'm lost.
And it's all that damn testosterone. Just-
my
you can't do anything
favorite
about
my
it.
favorite part of his fantasy was the first 10 strokes that he gets out is just of the girl in the elevator turning around and saying hi. I'm like, if that's all it takes
Yeah.
for a grown-ass man to get off, I was like, oh
That's
yeah,
it.
let's start it here because I need a full,
that's all it really
storyline
takes.
in her
The,
backstory.
the
Yeah.
first 10 strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah. So,
That's funny.
Yeah.
so.
Sometimes we just want to go to say hi to us.
That's how lonely and desperate we are.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, she said hi to me.
Is that good for like 15 minutes for you?
Is that
First 10 strokes.
is that desperation a
which-
bad
on
thing?
average, women need 14 minutes. Guys
Is
need
that the
2.
average?
Yes.
14 minutes?
Yes.
14 minutes?
Yeah.
Shannon,
Yeah.
chime in.
I don't know.
And it's the same for when they're getting
you
ready
guys
to
are
go
giving
out.
me challenges
And,
right
I'm
now.
just is. I mean, it's,
Was that a
that's an
challenge?
average.
Physical challenge.
So, okay, but since we started talking about Elevator Girl, which is the name of her character, Elevator Girl, she actually called in a couple of weeks ago when we were doing a podcast. Her name is Angela Gould. She was hysterical in the podcast. She was she was a delight when she called in. She had a lot to say about how fun it was to be on the set working with Louie and how generous he was, and that scene itself was when we were asking her, what did you think when you first read the scene?
Right.
And how did you tell your parents?
She,
So,
Because all actresses must tell their parents about
Yes.
what kind of TV they're doing.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because if you want your folks to see it, imagine they don't know.
Yeah,
so.
you don't want the
Right.
grandparents and everybody to get
Exactly.
around.
But they
and-
will.
Yeah, exactly.
she said it was really, really interactive with Louis. That he was like when the chair is suddenly there. That was like a spur of the moment sort of thing. So that stop and go get the chair, put the chair in the elevator and stuff.
Yeah.
It was and I thought it was great the way her whole attitude of just it's kind of irritating that I have
Right.
to
Was
have
it-
you help me.
Was it all planned out or did they
Yeah,
improvise?
yeah, no, it was
No,
all
no.
planned out.
Really?
It was,
Yeah,
it was almost
awesome.
written. Yeah, the only thing that was improv was the chair, really. But she said there was about 200 women that auditioned, and the reason why he chose her is because she was the only one that really understood that he didn't want a sexy vixen. He wanted somebody that was kind of annoyed.
Right.
That's like,
That's really
that's
funny.
why she was doing. the
God, I
thing,
want to see the audition
I like
tapes.
have 0.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
So-
she was
on
great.
YouTube.
She was just
She was
so
terrific.
friendly and just the nicest girl to chat with.
Yeah, and I thought the Asian man at the end was just classic.
That was
Louis.
hilarious. Yeah.
Just can't even in his own fantasies he
I
can't
know.
get out of his own way.
I just like it when old people say naughty things or on it. Maybe that's my fetish and that's what I mastered.
Wow.
Is that a bag of
Oh,
dicks?
whoa! You didn't have to go any far. You
Oh, no,
didn't need that last part.
What about Shannon and
Oh, my fantasies.
let's go back to
11
that.
minutes.
Let's not
Anybody
talk
want
about
to top
myself.
that fantasy? Old people
people saying naughty things?
That does it for Simon. That puts him over the top.
But
Well, I mean, I could top
a,
my own.
How about like a midget and a tall woman?
midget? That's
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome
Are
to
one of them old?
2006, bro.
That was in 2006.
Yeah,
Slash?
dude,
All right.
yeah.
Well, is it an old midget telling naughty things to a young?
yeah, there you go.
Simon,
Encompass
I
Oh,
dig that.
Midgets don't get old.
Oh, don't get gross.
Here's the thing, though. Somebody mentioned it in in that fantasy, he's still just as lost.
Yeah.
Even in his own fantasy, he can't be the suave, I got this covered, baby. It's
clearly.
just like, what? And then he gets disgusted what's in the bag.
I like when she says, help me with that, with what seems to be the problem. So clueless, even in a fantasy. He can't even afford himself a little.
Exactly. He's almost like, every time it comes back to him, he's almost being an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not how you sweet talk a woman right now. You can't even think about it.
Even in your fantasy.
Louie, it's your fantasy.
No wonder you can't get off. You're looking at yourself talking
terrible,
shit.
Terrible.
I would be focusing on how he's acting more than the actual lady in this, this fantasy.
I mean, can't we all like relate to that though? I mean, I feel like I really relate to Louis C.K. and like the situations that he brings up.
You mean in your fantasies, you're putz too?
Everything, yeah. I'm a putz at everything.
Really?
And just like I could really relate to Louis C.K.
There's nowhere in your world that you're suave. And
No. Maybe even like when I draw, just even that is like everything's all messed up.
The drawing is effortless. Everything else is.
I'll bet you're pretty suave at the retirement home.
I wipe up. I literally wipe up their asses. They can't take care of themselves.
So long as you're saying something dirty, you're all
just
over
talk
that.
to me. I'll do anything you want.
Anything.
Or get dirty with me. I don't care.
Tell me what you.
All right.
It's the motivation, right?
Just making notes for Simon.
Yes.
There we go. Be careful.
If you know,
get the Rorschach.
There you go.
If you know any Ethels,
we'll get Simon on the Golden Girls podcast.
Oh yeah,
AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
So you probably agreed with Louis at the end there with the Loretta Swit thing and the whole.
The mash.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was hilarious that we go for that.
Yeah.
It's just like that's random, but he's actually done that. You know?
I love how it's some watermark
And
like
it-
Getty
yeah.
image.
And it's not-
you couldn't even find like
It's
a clear
not even
picture.
porn.
Yeah.
It's not even porn. And he turns something like so like whatever into something that's so naughty. I like that. He's trying.
I've got to see some of your artwork. I'm just curious. That's it. So we'll talk about that later. So, all right. Well, the elevator. What was there was only anybody else had anything to say about the elevator? Because we can move on if we've already exhausted that.
Who was the old man? Do we know
That
the
part
name?
I don't recall. I don't recall. But
I would be curious to know how many different lines they had for the old guy.
I know.
well, do you remember what Angela was saying? Is that it was it took a while for him
That's
to actually
right.
get into the elevator and for him to actually say his line.
While they were standing
While
there.
they were waiting for that,
Oh, that's right.
She and Louie were having a very interesting time because they had to keep going.
Right.
And they started
funny.
cracking up because they were just waiting for the line to happen. That's when they started to improv a few things, but she said that didn't have. Yeah, I thought that was.
I felt the episode was like really short. You guys feel like that? I mean, it's just like whoa. I know there's only half an hour, but it was just like that. It went by really fast.
Yeah.
I think I'm addicted to Louis.
Yeah,
well, you know,
More.
Maybe.
when you talk about things you love, it just goes.
Yeah,
goes by
totally.
quick.
That's cool.
And this one,
Did it seem
unlike
like
some
short
other.
for you?
A little bit, but I know that FX probably he gets paid a lot in the advertisement that shows on while it's actually airing.
How do we know this?
Because that's a TV thing.
Yeah, it's a TV thing,
It's a
right?
TV thing, right?
Oh, okay.
That's how-
I've heard of that.
When you watch it online,
TV.
you don't
Yeah.
see
Oh, all right.
Which is why.
Downy commercials or
But
Ritz crackers.
What about that? What's Fubar thing?
Oh, yeah.
What's Fubar?
You really don't know what Fubar is?
Not the website.
Oh.
I guess I don't know what.
It
the
seems
word
really
is.
mysterious.
I tried to be
Before
like
you
smart.
do not know that.
Fubar. The only thing
It
I
sounds
relate
like
to
a
Fubar
food
is
bar.
the dog in the movie with the kid that's like a Martian with John Cusack.
Oh yeah, it's Martian Child or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, alien dog.
yeah, that's it. Fubar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fubar. And then Saving Private Ryan says it a bunch of times.
Fubar means.
What does it mean?
It means blanked up beyond all recognition.
Okay.
That's what Fubar stands. That's where it originally came
So
from.
what's the website
Where the
about?
website is, I don't know.
6 million.
I'm guessing it's
It's
probably a
blanked
really
up.
messed up website, though.
Yeah.
Beyond all recognition.
We just threw a bunch of crap in there, and why do you think we call it that?
Exactly. There you go.
But about this episode, as unlike some of the other episodes that are little vignettes that don't really seem to have a theme, this one pretty much.
Yeah.
He had a lot to say about
It
was-
masturbation.
yeah.
in fact,
All
you
the
know.
way through.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That subject matter gets a whole episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and so does a lot of his stand-up, but
Yeah.
maybe not where you saw it. Well, I don't. He wasn't trying out new material there with respect to whacking, was he?
No, it was. I don't think there were any masturbation
Okay.
jokes. Not that I recall.
All right.
Then Louie
You would have noted him.
he goes to the meeting that he
Yeah.
was invited to.
Of course.
He
'Cause
goes.
she
and,
said, "I really want you to be there."
goes and checks it out.
Well, he was really.
You notice they use the word came a lot.
Came,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm so glad you came. Well, of course, you asked me to come, and they kept throwing that word in. I was like,
Came.
I was
Really?
actually surprised in the
Wow.
cold open that that the sportscaster or the newscaster in this,
Right.
pointed out that she said pleasure. Like when
Oh,
she
yeah,
usually
yeah.
is my pleasure. It would have been. I kind of would have liked it to just stay that way with
The
just
never
her.
acknowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it didn't kill it.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So we do go to see her speaking at some hotel or whatever that was.
Yeah,
I don't
some
know
like
what the hell that
conference.
was. Yeah,
hall,
some
right?
conference.
Yeah.
In the
Conference
meeting
hall.
of the
What was-
Christians against
What was
masturbation.
her phrase? Keep your body pure so that
Oh, so-
God can enter it.
God
Yeah.
can enter it. Yeah.
God's
That was
gonna enter it.
hilarious.
I didn't even. I forgot.
Yeah, there were just it was
Yeah.
rife with all that.
Right. Just throwing the.
I like how he like patted that one guy.
Yeah, the one guy is like, hang in there, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, like I
It's
don't know
only
why,
uphill from
I don't know why
here.
you're here, but I'm sure you're
I
backed
mean,
up.
what do they talk about in those meetings? Really?
You know, but
mean,
I was
just-
hoping that somebody would stand up and go, "Hi, I'm John."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's been 80
AA,
days since I
last done it.
masturbation
I almost-
anonymous.
I almost fell off the wagon today.
Yeah. There
One
was-
day at a time.
One day at a time. Oh,
To accept the things I cannot change.
my erection is so grand.
I can't imagine forcing yourself to adhere to something like that. I mean,
That's when you masturbate the most. when you try
I
to
feel like
do
it would just take over everything else in my life. I would be so unproductive, having to focus on not masturbate or making the biggest deal out of it.
so-
Like if it's
Exactly.
sinful or
Logically, we
whatever.
can extrapolate when Shannon isn't getting stuff done. We know what's happening.
Yeah. We know what she's thinking about. Right?
Exactly.
supported routine.
That's not true, but
I noticed that a lot of the women in that conference are really, really hot. Did you guys notice that?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a great place to be if you don't want to masturbate with so much.
Or you could
Like-
go into it like thinking like you're that guy. Just
Yeah.
like she's gonna change for me.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna have that one night stand with me.
With me.
It's the guy
Yeah.
that thinks he can, turn
That's
a
how
lesbian.
Simon's brain works.
Yeah.
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 Like, hey, I'm not masturbating tonight, but maybe you and I should hang out
Yeah.
and get married one day.
Kind of
So
what
that-
happened.
yeah.
So she, they walk and talk. They end up at the hotel room, and she said, "You want to come up?"
Yeah, and like she allows Louie to be as open with her
Yeah.
as he
Yeah.
is. Like she doesn't not once did she make him to try and pretend to be
Right.
anything different. In fact, she was like, I'll play with it. I'll play with the idea. Just be you. I
Yeah.
want to see you hit on me. I wanna
Again,
see
I
you-
thought he did a great job writing her. She was. There was nothing where you kept waiting for that moment where you can just write her off, you
Right.
sign off, and you're like, okay, but they never gave it
or
to
be
you.
against her even. Like,
Exactly,
yeah.
but she was with her, and it had to work that way for Louis
Yeah,
to
to
stay
keep the
connected
premise.
and to
Right.
keep the premise going. And when he goes in for the kiss, and she rebuffs it, his explanation afterward of the whole logic.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to figure the whole thing out while she was talking.
Like-
and not listening at all.
I know.
Because-
Chances were low.
yeah, if I was
low.
supposed to and I did it wrong, and I don't
Yeah.
want to miss this opportunity. She comes in this
Did-
negligee. It's like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. As soon as
God.
she walked in the silk
Silk,
outfit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Poor
But
Louis.
Louis tried to kiss.
You know?
Louis tried to kiss her. He was so far away in
Oh,
that
yeah,
couch
yeah.
that it was just an awkward like
Like, what-
lunge.
Like what would your approach be, Gian, for that? Like tell me like to make that work. Like
I think I would have had the same logic.
'Cause,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
You would have
chances-
lunged from across the.
Not across.
You would've
no.
lunged.
I would have at least shimmied over a
Yeah.
little.
Nice. Okay, so you were
Yeah.
Just like,
shimmied.
hey-
So that it's a lean as opposed to
Yeah.
a dive.
Let's just
for-
say if any
Yeah.
girl that was giving that speech to a guy in her suite at night that wasn't in that masturbation crew or anti-masturbation crew, that is the appropriate next step is for the guy to
Boom.
go in.
Yeah.
okay,
Whoa,
that's
go
because
in
okay,
for
I'm
the
taking
kiss.
notes.
Go
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
in
yeah.
for the
Yeah.
kiss.
You
And
should write
Louis-
this down.
What's that?
Louis-
Mr.
Oh,
Anti-Suave.
yeah, I know, right? I
Louis,
gotta, like, write
Louis
this down.
exactly. Louis said it right. Look, my chances were low, but if I gone in and it worked, then I would have been smart. I would have been.
Exactly.
I would have done the right thing.
He really didn't have anything to lose.
There's nothing to lose
No.
because
Just
Yeah,
his dignity.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? What's dignity?
Yeah.
He doesn't
No,
have
no.
any
then she
anyway,
goes
so.
right
This
into this
side has no
fantasy. She goes into this huge fantasy, and she's
Oh,
got
yeah.
it all played out
Yeah.
in her head.
How many
then
times do you
she's
think she said
getting
that to
off on
herself?
that. She's getting.
Exactly.
I know.
know.
God.
Exactly.
not-
But
I'm
here's the thing I loved about it. It really was a religion for her.
Oh God.
It
Yeah.
was a way of life. It was this
Very
whole
honest,
thing.
yeah.
And,
Talk about the
and you see
passion of the
Louis
Christ.
just sitting there.
And we don't. I love that we don't see Louie's reaction until the very end.
Well, the camera work was amazing. They start in the wide, they slowly push for the 2, they go to single on her, and come back around for.
Even while he's sitting in the living room masturbating, and the table kind of breaks it up in half.
Yeah.
I love that shot. It's like such a good shot.
Well, my favorite part is she does all that thing. You have the one look from him, and the next thing is he's in the hotel bathroom.
Yeah. He can't even go home.
He can't even make it home. He probably and what the conversation. Excuse me.
Yeah, just, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and of course we.
You wonder though, was the character just thinking about that just for a second, like maybe I could not do this for years and get to know her.
Yeah.
Would it be worth that moment?
Yeah.
That moment on the wedding night, would it be worth all of that?
Yeah.
No,
but I was wondering.
No, she'd have to let him masturbate because he won't be able to control himself.
But don't you think a part of him was actually considering it?
Yeah, in the moment. I'm sure she got lost.
She's hot. She's like, and he's seeing her like in an intimate setting, and so he's gonna play with the idea. But then it's like, God, that's
then
gonna
he's
take
gonna
a
play with
long,
something else. Yeah,
it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah.
That's years.
Yeah. I can't.
And you're
like,
we may kiss.
I'm 40. Something.
She had it all planned out. We may kiss. You still won't touch my body.
Yeah. We'll kiss, but we won't make out. And then we'll have that pent up desire for something. He's like, I already have pent up desire. I'm at that stage. I can't wait for you to get that stage.
Man.
Anyway,
that was a great outline. So then we come back and then we have the. Oh my God! Again, classic Louie. Sad sack decide. He's got the radio tuned the way he likes it to that. Whatever 89.3 the elevator music. It's like NPR music or something. I don't know what the hell it is. He's trying to do his best.
For whatever
and
reason,
the news comes on.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the news.
And then the news. That was
and talk about massacres and dead
disembowelments.
And
I love that he looks back like if someone changed the radio station.
Somebody help me out here.
He's like,
I thought the other thing was interesting. Where did he put the camera? Because the camera's moving with him. Did you notice that? Camera's going up and down. I was like, where did he mount the damn thing?
Is it really?
Yeah, I swear it was mounted some strange way, so it's moving with him.
Yeah, that's great.
Was it the actual camera, or was it the camera that came on the laptop?
No, it was the actual camera.
Okay.
Shooting
yeah. Did they put a steady cam like on his legs? So
something, yeah. I don't know.
To make it look.
Yeah, just to give it a little.
Or just like the guys like,
exactly.
Follow Louie and go up and down.
I think it's called the Bader cam.
Yeah.
Bader cam.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, I've seen that at Sammy's camera. They have it for rent. Yeah.
What does that look like exactly?
Yeah.
Well, it's flesh tone.
It's
nice.
Yeah, it's only good for one type of shot.
You have to reload it about every 3 hours.
Is it made by Canon?
Yeah.
Or
it's good.
Limpinos?
Canon
It's good in low light.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good
colors
shoot.
come out.
Limpin. Yeah, Limpin.
Olympianus?
Yeah.
Call in with your masturbation jokes. Not questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Call in with your masturbation jokes.
Insert favorite masturbation joke here.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did. So, all right. Well, let's see. I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything to talk to?
No, there wasn't.
We've hit the three sections.
Yeah.
We've done.
If you get off masturbation, there really isn't anything to talk
That's
about.
it. That's all
I
we
wasn't
got.
really feeling her hair. I'm just kidding.
You know, I agree with you totally.
I feel like she could have trimmed it up a little bit.
There was something.
There
Yeah,
was
something
just-
not
Is
right
his
about
Van
it.
Dyke
kidding.
getting a
Nice
little
Just
dark?
kidding.
bob or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now again.
Do we know
as the
anybody
other
who's
one.
against masturbation? Like, do you
Against it?
Yeah. Like, do you know anybody in your personal lives that
That what?
would be angry? Like, not.
I don't think my grandmother is against masturbation. Like, I don't know if anyone in my
I
life.
really don't-
Honestly, I think the older you get, the more you kind of go, oh, please, just,
Exactly.
just deal with it.
I'd
Just
rather
do
do
it
it
I'm part of
myself
the pun,
with
but I've
you.
never taken a poll, so I
Where-
don't really go around. Hey, you feel
John,
Where-
remember that weekend
where
in
does your
Vegas? You
grandma
took a
live?
poll.
Did your grandma talk dirty?
I clean up every once in a while. I mean,
I've never met anybody that would actually take a hard stand like that. See what I did?
Hard, yeah.
No, I don't know anybody.
You never met anyone who gets hard?
I don't like talking.
Whoa. Sorry.
Took a turn for the different there.
All
Yeah.
right.
Elevate the humor, okay?
This is Louie.
It's just
yeah,
right.
exactly. After the big fart joke, elevate the humor.
Oh,
would you?
that was the last thing I loved.
Yeah, it ends
When
in
he-
a fart.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
finally
Came and farted.
releases. You hear this big
What
one.
a strange story about his
This
first
is
time.
his first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
What? How
Well, 'cause,
bizarre.
Like not everyone's first time is amazing.
No, I'm not. But it's just. I mean, it's just. What?
What?
I feel like
But
that's
you know
his
what?
real.
She
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's so
she
bizarre.
tugged so hard. She was tugging so hard that there was so much force that he farted.
But here's what he does that's really good in his writing is if he shares that story like on a date or something, then you know he really is into the person.
Right.
Otherwise, it's something that he'll hold for the stage and just share it, because it's.
Yeah.
But if he uses it there, then it's just he doesn't have to say I really like you.
Yeah.
He uses his material
Yeah.
as a very intimate thing. That's
So,
a really
that
smart
same
way to do
that
it.
same comfort he's on stage with, and he
Right.
can do
Yes.
that with someone else.
Yeah, on a
You can
one-to-one
tell,
thing.
He's not going to
because-
share his flatulence with anybody.
You're right. Exactly.
I'm
You
learning
gotta
a
really
lot.
know them.
Simon just kind of throws that information out there.
What,
The
like,
flatulence.
oh no, yeah, time and time again, and it's just like with bad results. Apparently. I don't know.
All right, well, I think we've exhausted this one. Benjamin, if you would do us a favor and take us to a commercial break, I'd appreciate it.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend? The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Okay, we are back. Gian, you say you have some news and gossip for us?
Not gossip, but
Well, just okay news.
Well, I mean, we love Louie. That's why we watch the show and talk about it. But Louie, you out there can go see Louie C.K. do stand up.
Where?
Friday, which is today, September 30th.
30th.
Tonight, if you are in Brooklyn, New York, you'll be at the Bell House.
He's probably there right now.
Yeah,
as we
right
speak.
now.
Go,
Yeah.
go.
So hurry
about
up
3 hours,
and
9 p.m. there.
Wave that
Get there.
taxi down.
October 1st, he'll be at the Wilbur Theater.
Okay.
At the Wilbur Theater in Boston, Massachusetts.
Nice.
October 6th, he'll be in New Orleans at the Mahaly Jackson
Nice.
Theater for the Performing Arts.
I need him to bring me some food back.
You know
will
what's
be
weird about
masturbating
you know what's
at
weird
a
about a
comedy club near
comedian's
you.
tour? You would think there'd be like like a nice easy
Circuitous?
circle,
Yeah.
But
Well,
they just go all over.
Yeah,
the
and
place.
then October 14th, he'll be at the Foxwoods at the MGM Grand. in
There you go. So
Connecticut.
plenty of places to
So,
see Louie.
Yeah, so that's the current lineup,
Nice.
date lineup. So
All right.
if you're in Brooklyn, go immediately
Okay.
to
Right
the
now,
Bell House
run.
and go see his
Don't even take a
show.
shower.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't even take a shower
Just get
because
out of the
you're clearly
house.
masturbating right now.
Yeah.
So just clean up and go.
Masturbate in
The-
the taxi.
Yeah.
the Comedy Cellar, that's a real club.
It's a real club, yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's in
Yeah.
the beginning of the episode.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
I think that was his home, like his home.
Is where he started.
Yeah,
Oh.
his home theater. So
All right.
that's my news and gossip.
Thank
for
you very
Louis
much,
CK.
Jan.
I
appreciate
have
that.
no news
All right.
and gossip.
Yeah, we're good on that.
We're good on that.
Okay, we don't have any predictions, do we? Because it's like
Yeah.
there's nothing to
What do you
There's
predict.
nothing to predict. Well,
So,
yeah.
he's gonna be funny,
Well-
weird, and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And there'll be a small segment of
No.
stand-up.
Exactly.
And
And
then-
loosely tying together something,
Yeah.
some
Right.
thread. Maybe not,
Maybe not.
but it'll
Some
be
part of the
interesting.
storyline that couldn't fit in the
Yeah.
dialogue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There'll be like background elevator music at some point
Yes,
in the episode.
and a big bag of something uncomfortable. So before we go any further, Simon, tell everybody who's listening where they can see you and your art.
Oh yeah. So
What's happening with you this week?
Well, I go. My artist name.
What's your
is,
moniker, my friend?
I go by Ghost Teeth, and I guess you can check out my website, ghostteeth.com. Or I have an art show that I'm curating over at this little place called Pear Space in Echo Park.
Airspace. Hold that up. Thank you.
Are you there?
There you go.
The show is
Is that
called,
your work right there?
Yeah, I'm on. That's the.
It's called what again? Say it again.
It's called Pear Space.
And where is it?
In Echo Park, beautiful LA.
So is there an
325.
address?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
what I was like.
That's what I'm going for.
325
Echo's a
It's
big-
somewhere.
Glendale Avenue.
John, he's an
325.
artist, you know.
Exactly. Hey man, where's the art show?
325.
Yeah, 325 Glendale Boulevard.
Boom.
And the show's like 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. I got 3 bands playing. So Many
Booze.
Wizards.
Booze. Okay.
What?
Booze.
Booze.
Booze. Yeah, it's gonna be sponsored by this winery called Galliano Winery,
Nice.
and the show's called "The Black Plague Will Swallow Us." And,
Nice.
Yeah. So.
That sounds Nice.
It sounds like a pleasant evening.
So it's family friendly.
We got Ebola
Bring the
shots.
kids, bring grandma.
That sounds nice.
Okay.
Bring the kids.
It's really quaint. Bring
Learn
your
all
grandma.
about the Middle Ages Black Plague.
So, Gian, what's up with you?
No,
Anything?
I'm sorry, but when is this?
October 8th.
October 8th.
So next weekend,
Next
not this
Saturday.
weekend, but next Saturday.
Yeah.
Sounds
Great.
like a
Everybody
cool
take a
thing to
look
go
at
to.
Sounds very interesting. Gian, where are we going to be looking for?
I will be every Tuesday night at the Improv Olympic West at 10 p.m. with my improv team, Bandit. You can come see me. I give comps out all the time. So
How are your shirts going?
my shirt sold 4 shirts.
4 shirts.
Sold
Let's
4
go.
shirts.
Oh
my God.
How many have we got so far? How many have we sold?
I have 4.
4 total?
4 total
So
shirts.
we only have 999,996 to go.
I forgot about my shirts. Oh yeah. So if you want to buy one of my Hello Burger t-shirts,
Yeah.
you can go on www.zazzle.com/Gian Molina.
Okay.
And then you'll see the shirt there, and you could purchase it. And if you
We're looking for $1 million here, people.
a
We
million,
need $1 million.
Tell your friends about it. If someone emails AfterBuzz with a picture of themselves with the T-shirt, I will do something awesome for them. I don't know what.
Okay,
but
we'll
I will
figure
be
that out.
compelled to do something amazing for you because
Maybe masturbate for them.
I'll mess. I don't know.
You've got 4 chances of
then
that happening.
Meet me in 2 hours. I geeked out when I sold the 4. I couldn't believe I sold 4.
Yeah.
So if the more I sell, I'm just gonna
You're gonna geek out even more.
I'm gonna be
Wow.
way more excited. And then I also host a show called The 11th Hour Show. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary last night.
Okay.
Sweet.
It was awesome. And we're every Thursday at 11 p.m. at the Artworks Theater on Santa Monica and Seward in Hollywood, California.
Now, Steve, tell them about your T-shirt.
Yeah, I've sold 20 of the Don't Buy Gion's t-shirt t-shirts.
Nice.
And if anybody shows up with one of those, Gion's going to do something awesome.
I will then masturbate in front of you. I'm just going to start masturbating in front of you.
By the way, you can see me every Saturday on my front lawn.
That's you.
That's
You're
me.
the guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Performing
okay.
anywhere.
Yeah,
now.
performing
Shannon
on my
Joy
front lawn.
Rogers, where can people find you?
I guess one thing I'll throw out is I film and edit and write a lot of my own
Yes.
things, and I actually am taking piano lessons to learn how to properly score everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
actually it's been great. But I have a Funny or Die page up. It's
Nice.
funnyordie.com/Shannon Joy Rogers,
There you
and
go.
Rogers is spelled RODGERS.
That note.
Unlike ROGERS, like
Yes.
it's in there. RODGERS.
Rogers.
So you're more
Rogers.
European in your spelling.
Yes.
Is it
Is that it?
Good one. Good one.
Yes.
The silent D is a European.
She's studying piano. I had to sound smart.
All right, well, that's it for everybody. We want to thank you very much for listening to AfterBuzz's edition of Louie C.K. Well, it's Louie, sorry. Yes, and buy Maria's book. Thank
Buy
you very
Maria's
much.
book.
There you go. There
Maria's
goes
book.
Guide to Life. Yeah, good gift for everybody. And we'll see you next time. We're
All
out.
right.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.